Hi guys, it's Al, the Spiritual Atheist, back again. I promised in a comment that I would speak about my cancer treatment in this video, so let's take a few minutes and get it out of the way. I also received private email asking me if I'm losing my hair. They saw me scratch my head in the last video and were concerned about my high forehead. And the answer is no. I'm not losing hair, and this is just honest male pattern baldness, which is my three-word answer to intelligent design. If there's anything more stupid than male pattern baldness. Well, incidentally, if you want to hear a wonderful thing on stupid design, check out Neil deGrasse Tyson and stupid design. Absolutely amazing and fun. So, chemo treatments are usually designed to attack the cancer cells at their weakest point, which is also their strongest point. Cancer is a very, very fast dividing cell. And so if you can kill cells as they divide, you can pretty much theoretically wipe out the cancer cells without doing all that much damage to the body. Now, it happens that hair and mucus cells are also very fast dividing cells, which was the basis of the question. Are you losing your hair because of your chemo treatments? My chemo treatments are somewhat different. That instead of attacking the cancer cell directly, mine attack the environment that the cancer wants to live in. And that is done by introducing into my bladder a solution of tuberculosis bacteria that has been genetically altered to feed on the bladder lining. And that the idea being that the cancer wants to attach to the bladder lining is being washed out with the urine, along theoretically with the cancer cells. I've been through one course of this, and it didn't take. The tumor came back. We had another round of surgery, and I've just finished now the second round of the chemo here. And then in around the end of March, they'll take a scope and go into my bladder and take a look and see what's growing there, if anything. Here's hoping nothing. So that's the story of that. The treatment itself, it's like being eaten alive from the inside. The way one is, the reactions after the treatment is I have to urinate with almost every teaspoon of urine that comes into the bladder. It's just like a piece of raw meat or something. It's very uncomfortable. I don't think it compares to the other chemo treatment that kids get for leukemia or breast cancer. As far as my discomfort is concerned, I don't think it's in that league at all. But as Tolstoy pointed out, that if he had no shoes, meeting a man with no feet didn't make him feel any better at all. And it's our own discomfort and suffering that is the most poignant. In the news, I've ran across a couple of stories that I put together. That the first one is the explosion at a suicide bomb training school, where an instructor blew himself and 22 of his students to Valhalla, wherever they go. And the Yeah, you know, I can't help it. I know it's not a good joke, but you kind of have to wonder as he's showing this suicide belt and how to set it up and everything, if these last words were something like, now pay attention, I'm only going to do this once. The other story is the death of a rattlesnake handler, Christian snake handlers. Got bit by a rattler, refused treatment, and died. And the thought there is that these guys died because of their faith, and I think they didn't. I questioned their faith, and I think that people who are sure in their faith really don't need the extremes. Now, some time ago in the earlier videos, I defined rationality as the willingness to acknowledge things as they really are. It doesn't mean that one is there. It just means that one is willing. And I defined irrationality as the unwillingness to acknowledge things as they really are. Now, either rational or irrational, the knowledge, the thing is that you already know how things are. There's an underneath intelligence that's underneath that is rational beyond rationality and irrational, more basic, more grounded. And when you pick up snakes and all this because a book said you should or could, if your faith was strong, this is the way, and this is it, by the way, that, you know, if your faith was strong, you could handle the snake and drink poison without being harmed. This was a test, and you convinced others by showing your faith. And I submit that the only way you would do that is because deep down you didn't believe it. The hope is that if I can convince others, if I can just really put it out there, maybe then I'll believe it. But our own real basic intelligence is saying, don't do this, And to drown that voice out, we must get really, really shrill and loud and self-righteous. It's such a waste, guys. It really is. Well, now I don't remember if I did a shout out at the beginning that I intended to. This is the third take on this. I am just really, really all over the place tonight. So I'm going to do it again, if it is again or the first time. We kind of got snowed in here. A fellow that usually shovels us out seems to have disappeared, and we weren't able to find anyone else. I was calling around, and 2 outlaw bikers heard of our plight and came by and just shoveled everything out, a foot of snow, and really, really, saved us and wouldn't take anything for it. So if anybody has anything to say about Maine outlaw bikers, you're going to have to go through me for a while. Thanks, guys. I don't know if you're going to be watching this, but if you do, thanks again. That won't be forgotten. And with that, guys, be kind to yourselves. We'll get back as soon as we can. And, well, after be kind to yourself, there's really nothing else to say, So, do it.